Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
welcome to episode 2.
Second episode of
the Chopping Block podcast.
Yeah.
You guys, if you know Sis and I, the fact that we remembered to do it this week, it's pretty, I'm impressed.
Right, because we got a lot going on.
We be forgetting shit. Not on purpose. Not that we don't care.
Nah,
but...
it's just, it's life, man. Life is freestyle.
For example, fun fact, this podcast was supposed to start smooth last summer.
It was. But, we had things going on. So it started last week. So, and we're back.
Life be life, my nigga. Yo, so for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we welcome you. For those of you who rock with us, for those of you who have, clicked on our website a smooth 30,000+ times in the first 16 days of the year, thank you.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you very much. This is the Chopping Block podcast. What does that mean, Ty St. Boogie? You asked, since we didn't introduce ourselves at all.
Hey, I'm Scissor215. I'm actually Scissor, but if you go on social media
names,
I'm Scissor215.
And they call me St. Boogie in these internet streets. So here at iStandard, we have a feature on our website called the Chopping Block. The Chopping Block is where we go and analyze new releases track by track. We chop it up, hence it being the Chopping Block.
Right.
We also offer you the internet's most comprehensive collection of album credits, I think, that you'll find anywhere. With our insight and analysis, and that's called the Credit Check. So the Chopping Block podcast is kind of a mashup of both. It is where we come and talk to you guys about the releases that we're excited about in this week, the ones that moved us from last week, and, pay homage to the music creators because we're about that creator life.
Yes, we are.
So it's been a slow yet busy month. I don't even know where we're at.
2 weeks?
2 weeks?
Almost.
Shit, we're halfway through the month, bro.
Already.
My birthday's in 11 days.
Hey.
Anyway, so we've had some releases. We've had some things for people to be really excited about. I think I wanted to start with the shit that we missed from this year, but I think we should really start with Mac Miller.
You want to start with Mac?
I think we should start with Mac.
Let's start with Mac.
So last week, his family logged on to his IG for the first time since literally his last post was from the day before he passed. And his family logged on to his IG to tell fans that they could now follow, I guess, the estate, for lack of better words, at a different IG page, and also to announce the release of a new project. So it turns out that his last album, which was Swimming, was supposed to have a companion project called Circles. And Circles comes out tomorrow, Friday, January 17th. So in anticipation of that, they gave us a song called Good News.
Yep.
It's probably the most depressing song called Good News ever released.
Ever. And it's got a visual. It's kind of a mashup of images of Mac in various states. And it's pretty cool. It's eerie, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the content and the subject matter, it kind of, it's Mac being introspective. It's Mac at his finest, which is the guy who makes you think about life and choices and, it's good news and all that kind of stuff.
And, so I felt like the visual kind of moved me almost more than the song by itself did. And the song is good. The one thing I would say about the song, and please don't jump on me for speaking ill of the dead, because that's not really what I'm trying to do at all. But I just really feel like I feel a way when I don't know, it's not fair, but I feel a way when white rappers just seem to be just completely pulling away from the type of music that they made before. But I'm also not like a big Mac Miller connoisseur, so I don't even know if that's off base to say.
I don't know what white rappers are these days.
Can you mute your shit? Can we be a professional? Something is beeping and binging.
Am I beeping?
That's you. That's not me. All my shit is on mute.
Oh, I forgot about this iPhone. I keep it in the back.
2 phones.
I don't even like it.
He has one for his plug and one for his load, I guess.
Yeah, whatever that guy said.
That's what the song said.
But
okay, so when I say white rappers, like, and it's not even to say, like, not to make that distinction, but I just really feel like it's, again, one, I probably am not the best person to speak on this because I will admittedly tell you guys that, like, I only know that Mac Miller is a great rapper because y'all have told me. I haven't heard that many Mac Miller songs. Sorry.
And that's fair.
But, this song gave me very 90s grunge vibes.
Right.
Which I enjoy. I don't mind it at all, but, it also comes a couple days ahead of Machine Gun Kelly announcing his new pop funk, is that pop punk project that he's getting ready to release?
He's turned into
He's turning
Kid
into
Rock.
Maybe not Kid Rock, but don't forget what's his face tried to see, here's the thing. What's that boy's name? The dirty one. With all the you know who I'm talking about. The dirty one that has millions of records that stay on a damn chart and looks like he doesn't take baths. There you go. See, you knew who I was talking about. Post Malone tried to tell us he was going to go be a country music star at one point.
Yes.
That didn't work for him. However, if you listen to a pop radio station, you will hear Post Malone and G-Eazy on pop stations where you don't hear black rappers at all, and you don't hear G-Eazy or Post Malone very often on urban stations. So let's not act like there's not a difference. There is a difference in the way that their product is treated, at least by the industry, if not by the fans.
So let me just weigh in from a creative standpoint. I think that a lot of times, unfortunately, black artists limit themselves to what they do.
True.
And I think white artists don't. And because you haven't listened to a lot of Mac, I just give you a brief oral history of Mac Miller. He has different personalities, and he had different. He had his producer personality, Larry Fisherman, and each project was like a different vibe. So Mac fans and people who listen to Mac over the years know you got rapidy rap Mac. You got singing Mac, you got ballad Mac, you got introspective Mac, you got happy Mac, you got sad Mac.
Okay.
Those are all the things that made Mac Miller who he is. So if you listen to Swimming, it's a very introspective, singy record. But you'll also hear a lot of joints where Mac is just going in rapping. But that's who Mac Miller always was. And a lot of that comes from your influences, right?
Right.
So if you listen to a black artist who grew up listening to rock and who grew up listening to country, then you get a different type of black artist. You get an artist who might be ostracized by other black people. Like, oh, he's not black.
Right.
But, white people get to be natural. Post Malone's from Dallas.
And there you go.
Post Malone's from Dallas. It's not far-fetched for him to do country music.
Right.
And rap, at the same time, because hip-hop and country music both live in Dallas in a natural way. So, I think we have to get over the conversation of what white artists do, but also, to your point, the industry has to let more eclectic black artists be themselves. And I think we're starting to see that in cats like Masego and other dope, even Travis Scott, other Kanye, to give him a little bit of credit. Just somebody who's been all over the place his whole life. Kanye gets some credits
over here. Not new Kanye. Kanye is still my fave.
I'm not, me and Kanye.
Not fave, but,
I don't even know where we stand. But I think it's dope that Kanye gets to explore the spectrum musically.
Right.
And more black people should have experiences that are not
and more black artists
the typical
and
black experience. Like I just feel like a lot of black people are pigeonholed into you have to be fried chicken and collard greens.
Right, exactly.
And you don't have to be fried chicken and collard greens.
Look, now his phone vibrating. Sis is a busy guy. So yeah. But all that to say, like, I don't feel like any of it felt forced. I don't feel like any of it felt like it wasn't of the culture in terms of, like, Mac Miller's presence here with us musically. in terms of what he's contributed, in terms of the love that he gets. Like, I'm not discounting any of that shit. I'm just saying it always kind of makes me a little, I'm always kind of like, what's happening? Like, are you leaving us because Pink? Anyway, so good news is out there. Shouts to D. Professor who reviewed the song for us and who said, just that like it's hard to be excited about this because you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't even know. I'm not a fan of posthumous projects anyway, honestly, because unless that artist really got to flesh out the idea, like, Ready to Die. I mean, like Big's second album.
Right. Life After Death, I feel like was already
but Life
done.
Life After Death was ready to go.
Right.
Somebody else had to come in and shout to John Brion, who had to come in and finish the production. And that's a tough thing to do because you're trying to guess and figure out where this person was going.
Right. And, so the family said that they felt really confident having John Brion come in, and I hope we're not butchering this man's name. Like, we're trying to make it all sound fancy, and that man probably John Bryan. Anyway.
We done make, she's French, so Brion.
Brion.
We'll make everything French.
But I can't pronounce my own last name in French. That's a different story for a different day. But the family did say that, he was in the studio with Mac for a lot of just hours and hours and hours. Right. And they felt really confident with him being able to carry Mac's vision to completion. Anyway, that drops tonight at midnight if you're listening to this podcast on Thursday. And if not, then it's out. Go listen to it. It's called Circles.
And I'm super excited because Swimming was fire. And, it's supposed to be the companion, the other side of the coin. So whatever Swimming was for you, Circles is supposed to take you in a different direction. So we'll see what that is.
I guess I'll go and listen to Swimming now.
Please.
Okay, so while we're here on singles, we might as well just go ahead and kind of run through these other singles that we were supposed to be really, really excited about last week.
Can we talk about Future and Drake?
If we must. So look, guys, Future and Drake gave us a song together. Yay! Except they're not on the same song.
Well, the video says they are.
Sure.
And we've seen this before in Sicko Mode.
No, it's not the same thing. Sicko Mode, both Travis and Drake are on every beat on Sicko Mode.
Are they?
I believe so, except for maybe the very beginning.
Drake comes in on the beat change.
On the first beat change.
Right.
So they're both on
but then it comes
90% of the song. No. There's never a point other than the very beginning where Travis is on by himself, and that's maybe...
No, Drake raps on a completely different part.
Hold on. I'm pulling up these lyrics.
So, yeah, but...
Because, I mean, y'all know I don't like Future, so it might just be like exceeding amounts of Future hate that's causing me to feel like this is not the same thing. But even if it was the same thing, like I mean they did so well together on that other project that they did together that I don't know the name of, but I still listen to Jumpman. Faithfully Jumpman is on my gym workout playlist. But like, okay, so anyway, Drake and Future dropped the song because I forgot we have to talk to you guys just in case you don't know what these things are. They dropped the song called Life is Good. Clearly people are checking for it. It's got like 25 million views in 6 days.
And it was produced by Oz and D Hill. And my question is, did one person produce one part and did the other person produce the other part? Because that's always interesting. Kind of like on Jay-Z and Kanye's joint where we had S1 produce one, Murder Excellence. Swiss Beats did one half and S1 did the other half. So...
Okay, so look, on Sicko Mode, part 1, Drake singing. Part 2, Travis Scott got verse 1. And then the bridge is Big Hawk and Sway Lee. I don't know. Verse 2 is Travis. Okay, so you might be right. Drake they're not together until part 3, I guess.
Yeah, Drake just kind of really comes in on that beat switch. But we've seen this before. We've seen this movie before. I personally love the track. I love the video. First of all, the visual. If you haven't seen it,
it's cute.
Watch the video. It's they doing odd jobs and they taking out the trash and it's just a dope concept video. And
The concept of the video being that Drake and Future are both like just regular guys working regular jobs. Yeah. And there's even like a little skit in between where Future's like, hey man, I'm about to drop this project. And Drake's like, no way, you can't rap for real, which is true. Sorry.
Before we go any further, because mastering engineers don't get a lot of love, we're in Atlanta and I gotta shout out Sing Mastering. Colin Leonard, he is a dope mastering engineer. He masters pretty much half the stuff that we talk about. So nobody shows the mastering engineer any love. Colin Leonard, shout out to you. Sing Mastering. Yes, sir. Making it sound radio ready.
I probably need to go back and listen to this song again because on first listen I wasn't a fan.
She's a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Of Future.
I'm not even a Future hater. I've literally said, we had a whole conversation on the last episode about how like I went to a Future show and I enjoyed it. Future has consistently given me my favorite Ratchet anthem every year, probably since he dropped. Gone to the Moon was my shit. Shit is my shit.
So what about this song do you specifically not like?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to listen to it again. I'm not impressed. I just wasn't impressed. I wanted Jumpman. I wanted Jumpman again. I wanted that feeling. This didn't give me that feeling. Maybe if I wouldn't have listened to the song first, maybe if I would have just went straight to watching the video and seen them being, buddies in action at their own jobs. I watched the video
first.
I listened to the song and I was just like, were y'all even in the same studio? Like, did you guys talk about the song?
I don't believe this is the first time they've done this. I actually believe they did this on the first album where they've had different people. Album. See, there you go. See? The truth comes out.
But I mean, y'all should understand that's my mood on a lot of things. I don't listen to a lot of albums.
I think back then I definitely used to listen to albums.
They should have never gave me Tidal and Spotify telling me what songs I need to listen to by whatever artist. Sorry. But I mean, people seem excited about, is there a project coming behind This Life is Good?
We don't know, but we hope so because people want a new project from those guys.
Okay.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. Cool. All right, so let's go into our next single. Our next single is...
So, okay, Birds of Prey is a Marvel joint, or it's a...
Birds of Prey is a DC movie.
Okay, so DC Comics was like, hey, we're going to make a movie about the broads that are villains from Suicide Squad, right? That's
so it's pretty much it's Harley Quinn and a bunch of the other DC women.
So, yay, that sounds exciting. Quick, how can we get women excited to go see this movie? Let's take Meg Thee Stallion and Normani and put them on a song and put them on the soundtrack. That'll get women excited. Sure.
All right, so
And when I saw the flyer, I was excited. And me, a woman, I was ready.
I was excited too because I love both ladies. I love their work. Normani is amazing. Meg's amazing. I love what they've been putting out recently. But this song just did not do it.
This song ain't it, y'all. So, the song's called Diamonds. It's Meg Thee Stallion and Normani, shouts to Houston, H-Town, all that good stuff. And possibly had they tapped a Houston producer or if they would have made it a Normani song featuring Meg or a Meg song featuring Normani, it might have worked.
This song doesn't fit either one of their profiles.
You know what the song fits? It fits a bomb-ass fight or chase scene in a movie.
Right. And, it was produced by Louis Bell and I want to say MD $, MDS, some cat from overseas. Santeri Kalpin.
Shouts to you.
I don't even know what language that's in.
That looks like...
It looks like kind of Eastern European.
Yeah, or no, like some kind of Scandinavian something with all them accents and stuff.
It might be some kind of Swedish.
But apparently something G-Easyville. So he's worked with G-Eazy before.
So anyway, the main thing is this sounds like a cookie cutter pop track.
It doesn't even sound like a cookie cutter pop track. It sounds like a soundtrack. It sounds like a fight scene. It sounds like some shit that shouldn't have been the single from the soundtrack.
Well, but Louis Bell is known for his super poppy sound. You know, he's Post Malone's main producer.
Okay.
And it sounds like they had a beat and they were like, this is the track we want you guys to do this on. And then they just did it because they got a check.
Exactly.
It doesn't sound cohesive at all.
And to further support our theory that the chicks ain't fucking with it, in the past 6 days, we've seen this Future and Drake video amass 25 million views. We've seen Selena Gomez, the title track on her album, Rare, has 20 million streams on Spotify alone. This Normani and Meg joint has 4.5 million
on YouTube. And that's just
alone.
off of their name cloud. But
that's it.
It's not, nobody's excited about it.
Yeah, nobody's going back and listening to the song.
So I think that was a missed opportunity. It'll probably work in the context of being a soundtrack song, maybe, or being played at the end of the movie or whatever. They're both going to get a nice check, and that's what's up.
And I'm here for nice checks.
But, other than that, nah.
Hated it. Sorry, I couldn't help it. What's dropping tomorrow? Do we know, single-wise? Is anybody talking about singles that are coming out tomorrow?
I haven't really seen any singles that are popping. I mean, I think now we're just starting to get into album territory where people are getting excited. Like, it's that time. We've had 3 weeks. Well, it'll be, 2 weeks into the year. It's been a light year, and it's about to get heavy. It's about to, really, really, really light up. We got 2 singles from Dreamville. From the deluxe version.
We did.
And that is going to be in the Revenge of the Dreamers 3, which is dropping tonight.
Wait, that's not out yet?
Nah. The Revenge of the Dreamers, the regular version is. Wait. They're dropping a deluxe version.
Oh, this is a deluxe. Oh, okay. All right. Because somebody popped the cover in our Slack, and I was looking at it like this came out.
Yeah, they did a deluxe version. So I guess they had a bunch of songs. I mean, they did a bunch of songs. So it's more opportunity if you listen to Guap Dad. It's more opportunity for you to listen to JIDs. They got an Ari Lennox featuring Guap Dad and a bunch of rappers. I'm really excited to hear what that sounds like. It should be a good time, I think.
Did you listen to the singles? I know we posted them in our approved audio. But the beauty of our Right Squad, shouts to the Right Squad, is that we get to cover things and, you and I don't necessarily have to be directly involved.
Exactly.
What a time.
I think Young Darren handled that one. Shout out to Darren.
No. Somebody else did it.
Oh, did they?
Oh, no. My bad. Shouts to Darren.
There you go.
Sorry, Darren.
Got that 2-pack up.
I got to shout out Glam, who is sometimes co-host of the Black podcast. That's how I met her. I met her when I took a client up there to be interviewed.
Black.
And she was there, and Glam is like a dope ass personality. Like, she's super cool as a person. She's fucking beautiful. She's a producer and a rapper, and she's super talented. And she dropped this joint called Good Boy, which actually came out last month, that I went ahead and threw up in our approved audio. It gave me all of the Missy Elliott, get ready to go out, just bopping around the house, fake cleaning the house vibe and energy that I needed in my life.
We need a lot more.
So go run that up, you guys. Go listen to her name is Glam, GLAM, which stands for something specific about music.
Yeah. So
the M is for music. I know that.
Shout out to the whole Black family.
And I think the A is for amazing. But she also produces by the name Colby, so she produced and raps on this joint. Go check that out. All right. Albums.
In the meantime, I got to mention that Stormzy is in the United States.
Is he?
And he's been doing a bunch of, he's on his press run. He did Jimmy Fallon, his first live performance in the U.S. He's been doing all the little morning shows and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And
when is he in Atlanta?
I think.
I feel like I saw something.
We had a cultural appropriation moment. So Charlemagne the God attempted to say bruv. And
you Americans.
We just need to have a conversation about that. as a...
I mean, well, technically, y'all appropriated their whole language. Well, they appropriated our whole lives and ancestors. Never mind. This is going to get dirty. Go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I'm Jamaican, so... You know, I'm only American on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I have a green card.
That's the only time you hear somebody flex.
Only time? Y'all know I'm quick to be like, I think I lost a friend because I'm quick to be like, well, you know I'm not from here. You know English is not my first language.
That is a whole flex in the Donald Trump era. I'm not from here.
So what did Charlamagne do? What did Charlamagne do?
Oh, he just, like, one of my homegirls who's a publicist in the UK, she was just like, it was pretty cringy, his attempt at just speaking...
With a British accent.
You know, the whole bruv thing. And, you know, I understand we all saw Top Boy. You know, I watch a lot of soccer. I'm telling you, this is the dope thing, though. I got homies on the timeline talking about they done found soccer teams and the British invasion is here. Like,
God bless y'all.
The British are, but I'm glad it's the black British people.
Yeah.
Because it's actually the African invasion. I need y'all to understand.
In West Indian.
I need y'all to understand what's happening. This is West Indian and African culture coming over. This is blackness coming over. It's dope. I love it.
Yo, shouts to Estelle. I just wanted to say that. Because Estelle been trying to give y'all the vibes for a minute.
And she's been on it, but you know.
And I've been on this
but it took Drake.
Steven Universe binge watch kick for the last couple weeks. And my appreciation for Estelle has grown so much. And I just don't want to say that. Like, so Estelle and I are Twitter friends. Like, legit. Like, if I say something, she'll answer Twitter friends. And when we see each other in person, she knows who I am, Twitter friends. Like, I can't call her. But, you know, she knows who I am. But I've been so hesitant to tell her how much I appreciate her on Steven Universe. Because, like, I'm clearly late as fuck. I'm caught up now.
You didn't know that was her?
No, I knew it was her. But I never really... Like, I knew it was her. And everything about Steven Universe felt like something that I would love and enjoy from the time the show was first announced. Right. Garnet is my birthstone. Shouts to all the Aquarians. Our time is here. And you, January Capricorns as well. Yeah, so like Garnet is my birthstone. So I already loved the fact that there was this big, brolic, deep voiced chick with an afro named Garnet on the show. I was going to love it regardless. But like, you know, having watched it and then having seen kind of the evolution of them giving her more speaking parts on the show. Shouts to Estelle. Anyway.
Well, I love Estelle because I think it's super dope that she kind of found her way in the whole Cartoon Network world. She also does the theme song for We Bear Bears as well. And my kids love We Bear Bears.
My niece and nephew love We Bear Bears.
She's getting that bread.
So, okay. We were talking... So, Stormzy's not in Atlanta till May, which is... I'll make it. I think I'll be fine.
No. Stormzy's album is fire. I mean, it's absolute fire. It's crazy.
The project is called Heavy as the Head. It dropped December 13th while we were in Miami.
Hanging out with a bunch of British people.
Yeah.
Real British people.
Yeah, like we had a whole US versus UK
we had a whole
beat battle and all that.
That was pretty fire. We had grime sets and all that. I also, Sophie, if you're listening, I want to get Sophie at least on the site because I want her to explain the difference between drill and UK drill and grime. If y'all haven't been paying attention, Wiley, who's the godfather of grime, has been at war with Stormzy. They've been sending for each other. That's British for dissing. They've been sending for each other. So
shut up.
He sent for him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep my English accent, my American accent as I say that. He sent for him. And they went back and forth about 2-3 times.
What's really funny, you guys, that we were just having a conversation about John and Sakpase. And here we are now trying very hard not to appropriate British accents.
I'm just trying to get the terms right.
Look, let me tell y'all something. As somebody who, like, I have this weird thing, and this is not a flex, but I learned to speak as a baby in 3 languages at once.
Right.
So my brain does very interesting things when it comes to accents and shit, right? So like if I'm around people from New York, like you would think I had never left Brooklyn. That's just for whatever reason, that's my natural default.
Right.
The secret is that I've lived in the South longer than I've lived anywhere else my whole entire life. So, you know, a few of my DJ friends can attest to what happens to me if they play a Splack Pack record. It's a sight. It's a whole vibe, as the kids say. I have to fight really hard not to copy people's accents. Like, it's so... Like, I don't even do it on purpose. If you put me around a bunch of West Indian people, like back in the day when I used to be around Rock City heavy, I would pick up their... I can't fake a Haitian accent to save my life. I mean, I'm sure I can do it to save my life. Unless I'm being, like, super extra Wyclef, Carnival... You know, like what the way that we all think that all the monarchs and the matters.
And once again, she has a green card.
I do.
From Haiti.
And I used to have a diplomatic passport from Haiti, but again, other story. Anyway, I say all this to say, like, as somebody who can't help but fake other people's accents, and this happens in French as well, please try your best not to copy these British accents. I don't care how much Top Boy you watch.
And for me, I consume a lot of British media. I always have. And then I grew up in a Jamaican household. So, you know, when I watch Top Boy, I see the Jamaican part. But, you know, I'm a Tottenham fan. Like a legit Tottenham fan. Come on, you Spurs. And I have been my entire life. So British culture has always been a part of my life in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Yo, and if anybody flex on you, y'all just tell me y'all speak
once
English
again, because Jamaican culture is English culture, is African culture. So, you know, we all Negroes.
I want that star sound effect that reggae DJs do. I'm gonna get that from somebody.
All right, so what we got coming up?
Real quick, do we need to stop and go finish this at Charles? Or are y'all gonna be okay?
All right.
And what minute mark are we on so we remember to edit this part out?
We are at the 31-minute mark.
Okay.
So at 31, we'll get Mikey to edit.
Okay. Are you good? 10 more minutes and then I'll drop you off.
Yeah, I got to like 2:50.
Okay.
So.
All right. Cool. Okay, so speaking of Jamaican culture and British culture and all this stuff, your boy Salaam Remi, my boy Salaam Remi,
dropped a
25-track project called "Do It for the Culture Part 2."
Now, mind you, when I looked at this project, and I was just browsing the track listing, and I just saw this section where there was Spraga Benz and Wayne Wonder and Raleigh Banks, and I'm just like,
so all
Terra
those songs,
Fabulous?
Terra Fabulous. So all those songs are one rhythm. So that's kind of what happened, is that there's definitely 5 songs on there that are just like if he dropped a rhythm, like, vinyl. I don't know what the official word is.
I'm just confused because I didn't know what this was. I'm looking and he got Red Rat on here, and I'm just like...
So yes, Salaam went and dug up all of like our favorite, like when you first discovered Strictly the Best, and what was the other
Reggae Gold.
Reggae Gold, when you first discovered Reggae Gold back in the mid-90s, he went and found all the people. Terra Fabulous, one of the guys from TOK is on there. Nadine Sutherland is on there. Jesus. Red Rat is on there. Spraga, like you said, Wayne Wonder, but also Jimmy Cozier.
Jimmy Cozier.
But also Bodega Bams, and also Joel Ortiz in the most confusing Bodega Papi. What is going on? Accent sounding just like this.
OG, straight out the Bodega voice.
Like, so I'm listening to the song. I am 100% convinced that it's going to be somebody like Anel Pla or Bad Bunny, but rapping in English, right? And I'm waiting for them to just switch over to Spanish. The switch over to Spanish never happens. I go and finally look at the track and it says Jello, but Jello is spelled JEL''LO, featuring Joel Ortiz. I was entertained.
Yes.
And perplexed.
This is a blender of things. They got a track with James Fauntleroy, called Sex High.
Which is so good.
And
James Fauntleroy has a song on there, and Terrace Martin has a song on there called Carrot Juice. Those two are fucking amazing. But it's also a mix of things that have already been released.
Right, this Amy Winehouse and Nas song.
The Amy Winehouse and Nas song dropped last year in February. Mm-hmm. There's a Cole-less version of Come Through and Chill with Miguel. That's on there. And if you that song kind of gives you a little bit of the vibe of what that Terrace Martin and the James Fauntleroy joint sound like, but they're a little bit more vibey. They're a little bit more like Lucky Day.
Lucky Day. I listened.
Sis listened.
It was good.
It was good. I told you guys.
Yeah. So that was Do It For The Culture too.
Shouts to Salaam Remi. Denzel Curry dropped the project not last week, the week before last. We're still looking at the shit that we
It actually came out on the 6th. So I don't know why he dropped it like in the middle of the week or something.
Just to be Denzel Curry. It also is spelled blood in, blood out, but the B's are 13s. Yeah. I don't even want to understand why that is, because I feel like it'll put my status as an immigrant in jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't even get it. But, you got production from F&Z. You got Space Ghost Perp, Powers Pleasant, Marcello, Denzel. It's an 8-pack, so it should be an easy listen. So yeah, check it out.
Speaking of like random collections of songs, Redman dropped a 3-song EP last week,
and I heard the single. I saw the little commercial or whatever for it. Slap the Shit Out You.
I love Redman. Slap the Shit Out You sounds exactly like what your cool uncle would start saying to people 3 drinks in at grandma and grandpa's 50th wedding anniversary.
I'll slap the shit out you, boy.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's very politically incorrect, but it's Redman. Like, that's kind of what Redman's always done. The EP is called 3 Joints, and that came out 2 days ago. Raekwon is apparently dropping a 3-song EP tomorrow.
Yay.
Wow. On his, like less than a week after his 50th birthday. You guys, 50-year-old rappers are dropping new music, and we're okay with it.
Yeah, we've grown up. We are growing up. Adult contemporary hip-hop
is a thing. I've been championing for a very long time. All right, so last week is when some of these releases started kind of ramping up. I need somebody to explain to me what Easy Life is, because that's one of the credit checks that we posted on the site. Are you not the person to explain that to me?
I have no idea who it is. I am too young, old. Easy Life? Who's that?
I don't know. I'm sorry. We should pretend like I never even said that, because really we should. Never mind. Look, Selena Gomez dropped an album. And Sis says it's the best album that came out last week. Best or biggest?
Selena Gomez?
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to figure out who Easy Life was.
Who is Easy
actually
Life?
An English band.
Okay.
Yeah, from Leicester. Not Leicester. Leicester. Yeah. Easy Life. I'm gonna listen to Easy Life. We're all gonna for posting Easy
Darren
Life.
Put us on, and we're gonna figure it out and come back and talk to y'all about Easy Life next week.
We'll figure out who Easy Life is.
Okay, so you said Selena Gomez was the biggest release last week.
So yeah, I think of the year so far, as far as pop power status, Selena Gomez easily dropped her 3rd album, Rare, and it's pretty decent. She's got the original 13-track version, and then she has a Target extended version, which has a couple extra tracks on it. The Target Deluxe version features Kygo and Marshmello and Gucci Mane. And then the regular version has Black, Not 6 Lack, and Kid Cudi. So you got Sir Nolan, Simon Says, Madman and Robin, Phineas, who has made his sister one of the biggest artists, Billie
Eilish's brother.
Billie Eilish's brother. John Bellion. Shout out to John Bellion and the homie Trav Mendez. The Monsters and the Strangers. Yeah. Oh, and I Stand Alumni Billboard. I don't know if they call them Billboard Matt or Billboard because, Billboard's a magazine, but Billboard, the homie Matt from Montreal. So, yeah.
So cool thing, because I kind of skimmed through this album. One of the reasons why I skimmed through this album is because, like, I love You Like a Love Song so much, and Selena Gomez has never given me those feels again. I think there's one other song that she has that I really love, and it's from like back when we didn't realize that this was the cute little girl from the witch show on.
No, the witch is Waverly Place.
Which is a Waverly Place. I didn't realize that's who was singing these songs, and she had a very mature voice for her age at the time.
Yes.
I feel like now I'm kind of getting the opposite from her. Like, I'm not getting all of the depth that we could from her voice.
I feel like she's in her story writing in depth phase more than her I'm trying to blow you away, with every vocal phase.
I feel like she needs a better producer. Not better. Let me take that back. I'm sorry.
Producers.
I don't want to say better. That's wrong. That's not the word.
She has the best producers.
Right, but maybe she needs to just like fuck with one person. Maybe what I'm seeing, the difference that I'm seeing now is that the songs that I love was when she was still with the scene. So she was in a band, and maybe that helped to kind of form what she was doing a little bit better.
So I think the problem is when we find comparison points.
Okay.
And once you find something that you like about somebody, and then you compare everything to that, it's going to be tough for that to ever be something that catches up to your expectation of it. So I don't have a point of reference of Selena Gomez, for me to be like, man, this was my Selena Gomez.
Right.
But I feel like, and not just with Selena Gomez, with anything, once you say, this is my Jay-Z, or this is my Kanye West, or this is my, Katy Perry or whatever, once they move on or try to grow artistically, it's tough. And it's funny because I watched an interview with her on Extra in the UK, and she was talking about the direction that she's going in now versus her child life and where she's trying to go to. And I just feel like she's moving in a different direction, and that might be for a different crowd.
And altogether, like, I'm not even mad at the change of direction. I just, having heard her voice, and being that there are so many pop, wafy, light, whispery voice chicks out there anyway, I would love for her to stand out. I just feel like right now, if you heard a Selena Gomez song, you wouldn't really know that it was a Selena Gomez song unless you knew that it was. You know what I mean? Like, you would not pick out her voice.
I don't know if I ever knew it was a Selena Gomez song.
There you go.
And I also think because, when she was younger, that was just a wave at the time. What was being made for her was what was the wave at the time. So when she was younger, her younger sound could probably be parallel to a bunch of people who were her age at the same time. So yeah, pop usually works in waves. So,
well, I want her to rise above this shit. But in any case, I appreciated that Black and Kid Cudi's features, at least, did not feel forced, did not feel like her trying to say, hey, Black folks or fans of rap music, come over here and listen to this. It felt organic and natural.
Once again, I feel like anybody can anybody can speak to a culture, because it doesn't really matter to me if you're of a certain age, you grew up on hip hop. Cool.
However, there is a freaking Katy Perry and I forget who's the rapper. I want to say it's
GCJ.
No. It's Katy Perry and Daddy Yankee remade Informer. Okay. Right. That's not cool.
But
I don't care what you.
Informer was cultural appropriation from the game.
But so which makes it even worse. But what I'm saying is I don't think, like, I'm not.
But it's Daddy Yankee. So.
I'm not limiting. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to limit where people go. What I am saying is that sometimes when people make certain moves. And the same goes with Nelly and all of his country songs, right?
Right.
Sometimes when people make certain moves, it feels forced, or it feels like, oh, we're going to put this together to do this. Well, hence, like we just said about Normani and Meg on that soundtrack.
Well, no, I just think that was just cheesy pop production for I feel like that wasn't made together. I feel like somebody just said, hey, this is the kind of sound we want for a soundtrack.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is somebody manufactured that song. What I'm saying about this is that it doesn't feel like, oh, we need a rapper to feature on here. Quick, let's go grab whoever. It felt organic. That's what I was saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's good, but I just feel like from a creative standpoint, we get limited by what fans like.
Right.
And then we get subjected to living a life of making music based on what the audience wants.
And we're saying the same thing. What I'm saying is
we actually enjoy.
We're saying the same thing. What I'm saying is that a lot of times you can tell when some A&R said, "Oh, we need something for the ladies." You can tell when some A&R said, "Oh, we need a pop song. We need something that sounds like this." You can tell that.
You can, but with this, and if you consume the content and listen to what she's been saying, which I've done because I've watched like 2-3 interviews trying to figure out what her direction was, and I guess if anybody reads the credit check, they'll also see a little bit about her journey and where she is, because Selena's grown as a person, and a lot of this is about her growing past her situation with Bieber, and also her being an adult. So her wave is in a different place, and Rare is about giving the fans an insight into who she is as an adult and not Wizards of Waverly Place Selena. So that was probably more of the manufactured Selena from her mouth than this one is. So
right. Oh no, and again, I wasn't saying that none of this fit. I was actually saying the opposite. I was saying that it felt organic. So anyway, go
shout out to Selena.
Run up Selena Gomez's some more. Last week we talked about the phenomenon of people taking their mixtapes and re-releasing them as albums, and Made in Tokyo did that last week with his debut mixtape You Are Forgiven. That was originally 7 tracks, and that was the project that included Uber Everywhere, which, a lot of you probably only know 2 Made in Tokyo songs, which is Uber
I didn't even know that
Everywhere.
was him.
And
that's him?
Yes. And the Skateboard P joint, that's him, right?
I know that's him because I know KY Engineering engineered it, and I did
that is him.
I gave him an award and I played it, but I'm not really familiar with his catalog like that.
Well, that's back out now. What's interesting to me is that when we went to go look it up on Spotify, it doesn't show a 2020 release date. It still shows a 2016 release
right,
date.
Yeah, because, it's...
They came out in 2016. Moneybagg Yo dropped a project called Time Serve,
which is actually pretty decent.
My question initially upon listening to that project was, which came first, the baby or the bag?
Yeah.
They sound a lot alike.
They got a similar thing going on.
So they sound a lot alike, but that is, I think, one of the many different flows that Moneybagg Yo is capable of giving you. And I'll give him that. Like, the baby is going to be the baby on whatever the fuck you put him on. Moneybagg Yo has a freestyle on this joint that I enjoyed. I enjoyed his cadence more than I enjoyed the beat itself, but I enjoyed that. They do have a song on the project together, which a better, more informed, quicker podcaster would have had pulled up already for you guys, but I don't. Anyway, they have a song on there together. Where I just knew I was listening to the baby the whole first verse, and jokes on me, it was 100% Moneybagg Yo.
It was Moneybagg Yo, and then the baby followed up. So
the ad libs were enjoyable. I enjoyed that. I'm a fan of ad libs, randomly enough, and so I enjoyed that. The song they're on together is called "Protect the Brand," which is funny. And I will say that of all the features on this project, I feel like the baby brought out the best out of Moneybagg Yo versus Black Youngster and Lil Baby and Future, who are also featured on the project.
Yeah.
The production, a bulk of the production is handled by...
You got D-Mac 2 banging.
D-Mac 2 banging, who seems to be, you know, a very close collaborator with Moneybagg Yo. Like, if you look up D-Mac's credits on Tidal, it's 98% Moneybagg Yo songs.
You got Tay Keith.
Tay Keith produced the single with Lil Baby.
YC. XO. We got a lot of letters. He did spell. You
guys.
JB.
There is a line on the very first song that made me almost tap out of the song. It's ABCDEFG rhymes with K. Rhymes with the K.
Right.
Y'all.
Yeah.
But he, you know, overall.
The joint you liked, that was the freestyle. 30 Rock produced that.
30 Rock. Oh, shouts to 30 Rock. There we go.
Killing it right now.
I just said
Fuse,
that.
We got Fuse on this joint.
A lot of people we know.
Yeah. It's a lot of the homies on that joint.
Shouts to the creator.
He's got a joint with Megan Thee Stallion too called All That.
Yeah, that's been out for a little minute because, you know, they were a thing for a second and then now they're not. Summer Walker's also on this project, which I found really interesting. Overall,
Future's also on this project.
We listened to this and then we clicked over to OG Maco, who also dropped the project last week, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to listen to the same album twice.
I mean, I forgot it existed, other than some Twitter situations or whatever.
Maco, not Moneybagg Yo, you guys.
Right, yeah, because Moneybagg Yo has been really consistent in his drops. I think he's dropped 3 projects in the last year and a half, so 3 full-length joints. OG Maco, I couldn't have told you the last time he put something out. Apparently, he put something out in 2018.
Right.
I haven't really heard from him musically since 2015.
So there's a interesting underground contingent in Atlanta. There are 2. One is like the street side of things, where they're still putting out mixtapes every 3 days and you hear about them, and those mixtapes are heavily promoted and, you know, put on that Piff and all that other stuff. And then the other side is a more like, I don't know, like more fan driven. We're going to put this out there and not make a big deal about it. And I think Moneybagg Yo, OG Maco has been really active on that side of things.
Right.
So yeah, he's still out here dropping music. Shouts to Lord Fubu, who produced every single track on the new OG Maco, which is called Maco Got That Flame. I didn't get deep enough into the song to tell you whether or not he does have that flame, you guys, but it's there for your listening pleasure if you would like. My fave from last week was Mick Jenkins, The Circus.
Circus had a really cool vibe to it.
It did. He dropped a video for the single called Carefree, which was produced by Black Milk. The video gave me Queen and Slim vibes a little bit. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the honesty on this project, the sincerity on it, the poignancy of it without seeming like he's trying to tell y'all what it's like, but he's being very subtle with it.
Right.
Earth Gang is featured on a joint produced by Hit Boy. They're actually on tour. Mick is supporting them on a tour.
Actually, that's produced. Is that I Am Nobody? Yeah,
I Am Nobody. My bad.
Yeah,
Hit Boy was on the intro track, I believe.
Yes. We also got Business Boy, Beat Butcher, DJ Fu on that joint too.
Martin Sky as well.
Coupe de True, Fortune. Yeah, so.
But overall, really cohesive. Like, even with all those different producers on there, it felt like a little
Mick
vibe.
had an idea. He had a concept clearly, and he put it together pretty well. So.
And I think that's pretty much what he does.
And he had a really good tweet, because I don't know if y'all peeped it, but we had the whole Justin Bieber retweeting the people telling his fans to go to sleep playing his music so they could run up the stream so he could get number 1, which actually went to Roddy Ricch in the box. Shout out to 30 Rock again. But Mick made fun of that and said, I'm not going to have my fans fall asleep listening to my music to get the number 1 spot. So I gave him some kudos and some points.
Yeah, Bieber said that?
Pow, pow.
That's so gross. So, like
Bieber
Justin Bieber needs that shit.
He didn't say it, but he reposted
He retweeted other people's.
No, he reposted it. It takes a lot to repost something on Instagram. Like, you had to go through a whole process. It's not just a button.
Beeb. And to think all you had to do was actually make a good song as opposed to that yummy bullshit.
And then his response to Roddy getting the number 1 was definitely that meme with the angry face and the smiley face mask over. Yo, congratulations. Yeah, you're not happy.
Yo, I really need to understand. I hope that he gets out one day and somebody writes. Actually, he doesn't even need to get out. Somebody write Vybz Kartel's autobiography real quick. Because Vybz Kartel dropped another fucking album last week. Vybz Kartel been in prison for 5-6 years. Popcorn can't get the numbers that he's getting. Shouts to Vanessa Bling. Vanessa can't get the... But Vybz Kartel is still out here. So he has a new project called To Tanisha, which I'm assuming is his woman?
I mean, I got a pretty decent demo from prison from
That's from an American prison, though. Vybz Kartel is in Jamaica.
Well, maybe they,
There's
money
rumors
talks.
There's rumors that he's not always physically in the
right,
prison.
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
supposed to be.
Yeah, money talks in places like that. He probably slid out and handled his business.
All right, you guys, we promised you last week that we would not give you a whole bunch of hour-and-a-half long shows. And we're right under an hour. So, this week, what can we look forward to? What are you looking forward to this week? Mac, obviously.
Looking forward to Mac. Definitely. I'm looking forward to Dreamville. Definitely.
Maybe I'll listen to it this time. Oof. I'm sorry, you guys. I am looking forward to... clearly, I don't know what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward... I want to listen to this Mac Miller joint, definitely. I lost our whole list of things that are coming out. So I'm really going off the dome right now. Theophilus London has a new project dropping.
He does.
Who else we got? Hold on. Wait, you guys. We're pulling it up. In the meantime, hey, are you following us yet? At iStandard on everything. At Scissorp with 2 Z's, 215 on everything. At Saint Boogie on everything. The Saint is spelled out. Blueface has a project called Find the Beat.
I am not looking forward to that.
I am immensely entertained by the title of the project, but I also am not going to be listening to that.
Looking forward to that.
Halsey has a new project dropping.
I'm looking forward to that.
Y'all girl Lana Del Rey is dropping a new project. Yo, she drops a lot of music, bro.
Hey man, she getting her moves.
God bless her.
She goes to work. So I enjoyed her last joint. I'm with it. Let's do it, Lana.
Rome Fortune. Rome Fortune was like one of my first print articles for Creative Loafing here in Atlanta, and he did tell me a while back that he had a new project coming out. So I'm excited about that. Rome Fortune is pretty dope.
Raycon is dropping.
Yeah, that's dropping. The Bad Boy soundtrack is dropping because the movie is officially in theaters now.
Oh.
Did you go see it?
No, I have not seen it yet. But I am definitely looking forward to 070 Shake. Because she kind of...
Is that how you say her name?
I don't know.
I'm such an IT.
We'll figure it out.
out.
But she showed up on the Wyoming projects with Kanye. I really love her textures. I went and listened to some of her stuff, and I think I'm excited for that, just to see what the future's like for her. I think she's a dope artist. So
So we got, again, Trippie Redd, Theophilus Linden, the Bad Boys for Life soundtrack, Rome Fortune I'm looking forward to, Theophilus Linden, Lana Del Rey is going to get a lot of iStandard staff play, albeit not by me.
Halsey
is going to get a lot of love, and she's out there doing like special events for her fans, so she's really making it an exciting rollout for her fans. And the Blueface album that we will listen to just to review it for you guys because we love you. So the Chopping Block updates every Monday and Tuesday on iStandardProducers.com. The Chopping Block podcast is produced by Anatomē, because I know he has a producer name that we don't call him. Produced by Anatomē, hosted by myself, Saint Boogie, and my boy Scissorp. Powered by all of our Right Squad and the people that help us to break down these albums for you. And then our credit checks are live every Thursday night. As soon as we have them, y'all have them. So, if you ever are trying to figure out what's on your favorite project as you're listening to it, iStandardProducers.com.
Check us out.
And we out.
Peace.
Next week.